And Priyanka, I'm sorry I'm having to interrupt you here, but we are cutting across to more breaking news as Mamata Banerjee has now made a statement saying, and I quote, "Let an impartial organization like the UN do a referendum on CAA and ask people if they accept it or not. No BJP, no TMC involved. Let's see what the people say." So Mamata Banerjee now seeking UN intervention. Suryagini, my colleague, now joining us on the phone line. Suryagini, this is the latest statement that we see from Mamata Banerjee after all the protests that she has been holding and the rallies that she has been leading. She is now wanting UN intervention.
Well, this is the biggest news that is coming here from West Bengal today. After 4 days of protest, Mamata Banerjee protest rallies and Sabhas, Mamata Banerjee today gave it up a huge challenge to the BJP. He stated that let an impartial body like the United Nations come and do a referendum on whether the people of India accept CAA or not. This is extremely, extremely big, and she is putting it out against the BJP. And she has even stated that if people do not accept it, BJP minister should resign. Now, this is extremely, extremely important and big that she wants foreign intervention. She says that she wants an impartial organization like the United Nations to come and do a referendum over here in the country on something as important as the CAA.
Babul Supriyo now joining us. Babul Supriyo, this is a bizarre statement made by the West Bengal Chief Minister that call in the United Nations for a referendum.
The bizarre statements are exactly what is the USP of Mamata Banerjee. You cannot expect logic or you cannot expect constitutional, things that are within the constitution, within the ambit of the constitution. She doesn't make statements like that. Number one, she forgot that, Foreigners Act or giving citizenship to refugees or anyone is absolutely subject which is in the central list, is absolutely prerogative of the central government. So she said that she's not going to obey NRC or CAB. In Bengal's case, it's CAB first. So, let her first know what let her follow the constitution, let her have a few legal experts. I think she's completely surrounded by psychopaths who probably doesn't know what exactly she's talking about. So she needs professional help in terms of constitutional experts and what she can do in terms of approaching the UN and all of that she's talking about. So this kind of false propaganda in Bengal is not going to work because Bengal has seen in the last 5 days, in the first 3 days rather, exactly what are the kind of people who attacked the police, who did all this arson, burned stations, trains, buses, actually, injured RAF in the railway stations. So those were not the Bengalis that we know. Those are religion notwithstanding. It could be any religion, but those are not the Bengalis that we know. Those are all those refugees. Those are all those illegal, infiltrators into Bengal. The very people that she spoke about in 2005, the 4th of April. So she cannot make a fool of. She's making a fool of herself by talking about all this UN intervention and all of that. But otherwise, also, she really needs some help from a constitutional experts. I think Prashant Kishorji is probably working for her. That money is also going for her. I'm sure Prashant is going to help help her out with a little bit of knowledge about all of these things. Yes.
Mr. Supriyo, there have also been protests in places like Murshidabad, Malda, and there have been train stations that have been burnt down. You are a parliamentarian from West Bengal. Do you have any information with regards to who could be the people behind this, or do you suspect that there is a political hand behind this burning that we have seen taking place in Malda, Murshidabad and various parts of West Bengal?
No, there is no question of having any suspicion. This is exactly what the modus operandi of Mamata Banerjee is. And now things have gone out of her control. And therefore, you are not seeing any arrests made by of the rioters who are doing this. Number one. Number two, the most important thing is that it's very easy for anyone to understand which are the areas that these illegal Bangladeshi immigrants are staying. Just have a overview, a bird's eye view of West Bengal and which are the areas where she has ordered suspension of the mobile net services. Just do a recce of that. Just see that, and you will exactly know which are the areas we are talking about. It is going to exactly coincide with the areas that for long people have been talking about Bangladeshi influencers staying there. So that's as simple as that. There is no suspicion. This is the modus operandi of Mamata Banerjee, a one-line lie.
Thank you very much. Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Supriyo.